Hello.
G'day. How you
So
doing?
good to see you. I'm good. I love your background. I can see your award and your hat,
It's
and
a big photo of myself.
I love it. How have you
Thank
been?
you.
Because we haven't had you on the show for a while, but we did get to catch up in Tamworth, which was amazing. But how have you been otherwise? Have you been enjoying this ride that you're on?
It's been crazy. It's so nice to talk to you. I think it's been a good 5 or 6 years since I had a chat with
Like
you, which is
it's probably
crazy.
been, yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was probably when we were like when COVID was really just hitting. I think it was really early on, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
think it was. So it's so nice to
yeah,
have a chat with you again. But we did see you in Tamworth, which was cool, but you were super
yes,
busy like me. We all know what it's like.
yes. Oh no, we were just saying, weren't we? But yeah, I was so lovely to get to see you win the award at the People's Choice, and then to be
And
nominated for
you.
Golden Guitar. It was just so exciting to
Thank
see.
you
So
so much. Thank
done.
you. It was a great time. Great. Like I had the best festival. It's so different going in there as a nominee. Like it's
Yeah.
really exciting, and I'm so
It
grateful
gives me
to have that
goosebumps
experience.
thinking of it. Like, it really does. It gives me
Yeah.
goosebumps. But
Thank you.
I know I was thinking that the whole way through. I was actually thinking when you're on stage and you got your award, I actually thought, I wonder how nerve-wracking it is. It'd be a next level feeling. It'd be quite nerve-wracking not knowing what to expect going in there, having your flag there and having people know that that's you. It would be a different, like, people know it's you on stage for your music, but then it's that Tamworth sort of is celebrating ultimately that lead up to that night. It would be a totally nerve-wracking feeling, and yeah.
Yeah, it is definitely. I'm actually, I'm a pretty kind of shy person, would you believe? So for me,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's definitely nerve-wracking, and I think I love doing music, so anything that comes along with it, I'm so
yeah.
grateful for. So I guess it's kind of, I look at it like a big cherry on top of the ice cream, like
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
amazing.
And I have to, I know I'm keep talking about Tamworth, but I have to ask, that moment when you got that nomination,
Yeah.
did you have a feeling that was gonna happen? Or because I was watching that and thinking of you and feeling almost sorry for you, because I think I would nearly throw up if that happened to me. So how did you
it's
feel?
it's funny because I was actually in Queensland at the time, and there was an hour time difference, and they
Oh,
had the announcements quite early, so I completely missed it. And then I woke up to all these text messages and from JC and all these people saying congratulations, and I was just like, oh my goodness, it was crazy, yeah. So
yeah, I was thinking of you the whole way through, and I know that that
thank you.
sounds so strange, but yeah, I just remember thinking, like, the feeling for your first time would be insane. So, but
It
there are
was
lots of
just
people popping.
insane.
Oh, it was so many people popping in and saying hello. Um,
Huh?
oh, you were just on CMT. Oh,
I'm all over the
oh,
place.
there you go. I wish I still had
Thanks for the
CMT.
shout out.
Wouldn't that be nice? And Paula has popped in and she said that she loves your music.
Hey
And
Paula,
Kaz
how
has
you
popped
doing?
in and said hi.
G'day
Gosh,
Kaz.
there's lots of
Oh, we
people.
love
And
Kaz.
Jane. Hi, Jane. We
G'day
do.
Jane.
There's so many people. And Jonathan has joined in from the UK. I think, is it morning time over there at the moment, Jonathan? I get your time zone so
G'day
muddled.
Jonathan.
um, and Kaz said that she's here with her earphones on. And hey, son.
Oh, we
I
love
know
Kaz. We love. Hope you're doing well,
we
Kaz.
do. How great are her reviews?
So good,
So good.
so good. And
And
she's the
Cynthia is
nicest person.
watching. I know. Cynthia's watching from Melbourne.
Hey
And she,
Cynthia.
yes. Josh, Jenny's here too. Hi,
Ah,
Jenny.
everyone's here. I
Yeah.
love it. Thanks, guys.
I know, lots of people. So if I do miss your comments and you want me to get some, pop them in again, because they do go flying. And Scott, my wonderful offsider, is at Gympie. He just sent me a message and said that he's just set up camp and lining up to get his armbands. So he's not running the controls tonight. He's left me to run it all, and he's very brave doing that. Really.
I'm jealous. I hope he has the best time at Gympie.
I know. Have you been before? Have you
I've
played
been to the
Gympie?
festival. Yeah, I have. It's
Yeah,
insane, isn't it?
it's different
It's
again.
next level. Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's funny when we say that about certain festivals, but I think some of them have that history that
Yeah.
does build to them, and I think you
Yeah.
feel it as you're driving in, but I also think
Yeah.
there's not many places that you can drive 45 minutes into the bush and then see this massive thing of artists and stages, and it's incredible. It's a really different feeling when you're on your way in there, isn't it?
It
Um,
certainly is. It kind of and Gympie's a great little town as well. So I
it
love
is,
going
yeah,
there anyway.
yeah.
It's a great
I
place.
remember
Yeah.
my first time going there, and I remember thinking, "Are we lost? Like, is it really this far out of the
In the
town?"
middle of
'Cause, like,
nowhere,
it
isn't it?
just
Yeah.
it is, and you're like, if there wasn't other cars heading that way, you'd be like, "Oh, maybe I've taken a wrong turn." Oh,
Oh, too funny.
it's one of those things. But
But
anyways, you've had a huge year, but you've got your current single, Aussie Rain. Tell us about this one. Have you been sitting on it for a little while, or is it a recent write? Tell us how it all unfolded.
it's been a crazy year for me, and I think I've been listening to a lot of different traditional music over the past
Yeah.
12 months. And I've been going to Coonabarabran, which is really, the song is about the town of Coonabarabran. So
Yeah.
I've been going there for many years, playing shows there, and I've got a really strong connection with the locals and this little pub there that I play gigs at called the Imperial Hotel. So if anyone's listening from there, g'day guys. We
Oh, hello.
they
Yes, let us know if you're
exactly.
listening. Pop it in the comments. Yeah.
They
Oh,
inspired me for the
beautiful.
song. So I just wanted to really write them a love letter, like, because I
Yeah.
wanted to do something special for this little town. And it was
Yeah.
so much fun to write it. We had Michael Moko produce the song for me, which was just
Yes. Yeah.
awesome. And we had Duncan Tunes. We dragged Duncan out there for 4 days to shoot a music video. And I think he had the best time. Well, we did. We had a great time. And
Yeah.
we roped in all the locals to get involved. And I just wanted to showcase the town because there's these really beautiful
Yeah.
buildings and the town clock. And it's such a great place.
That
So
was
I'm so proud of it.
when I watched the film clip, that was one of the first things I thought, because I love buildings and history in towns, and that was one of the things I really noticed. It was stunning. Lovely
Yeah,
little
it's
place
really,
that you
really
were
nice place.
going around.
It's
Wow.
it's one of those little towns. It's kind of like a thoroughfare. If you're not going to Coonabarabran, you're driving through it to get to like somewhere else. Dubbo or Tamworth or whatever.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
and the Castlereagh River wraps around the town and goes back down to
Oh, nice.
Binnaway, which is a
Yeah.
reference in the song, and it's known for stargazing as well. So we kind of reference that in
Oh,
the Dreamtime,
really?
and so
Oh,
it's a really special song, and
I
I'm
wanna
so
come.
lucky that I got to share it with the town and the people. We were there last weekend and we did the launch, and the town came out and they all, it's awesome. It's so cool to see,
Yeah.
and I feel so lucky.
It Watching it, it was beautiful, and it was so and I could see that you it meant something to you. It wasn't just a place
Yeah,
that you were filming, and
yeah.
Duncan is amazing at capturing that sort of thing. But even speaking of the film clip, I loved how you were on the phone at the start of it, and it was like this build up. Oh, what's he gonna do? This is really, I love how you get clips that start in different ways. How did that come about? Was that a Duncan idea, or was that your idea?
That was a Duncan idea. So it was actually because I had my dad in one of my last music videos in 1993 music video. He was the star of that one.
Oh,
So I'm like, I've got to have mum in this one, but she couldn't get there. So we thought we'll just give her a phone call and put her at the
yeah.
start. So that's how we got mum involved.
Because I could hear the voice, so that was really your mum, and you did actually have that happen. That is special.
It's really special to have both because they're my
Yeah.
biggest fans. They support
Yeah.
me and
Oh,
they come to all my shows. And my
yeah.
mum is constantly, patting me on the back and saying how proud she is. So it's
Yeah.
nice to kind of give back to them.
I remember meeting your mum and dad. I think it was 2020 when I first met you in person, and I met your mum and dad. They were so, you could tell they were so supportive and
Yeah,
proud, but
absolutely.
you could also see they're really enjoying it too. They look like they really enjoy the
They
music.
do. And it's funny because now everyone recognizes my dad. So they all want to kind of have a chat with him from the music video, which I love. That's so
Oh,
cool.
goodness. So good, and I bet he loves it too. But
He
he's
does.
excited.
He's a bit of a
Yeah.
he's a bit of a star himself. So
That's fair, that's fair. So what
exactly.
have you got planned? I know I'm trying to think how many days it's been out now. Would it has it been how long has it been out now? I'm just gone blank. I don't
We've
even know what day it is today. Is it the 20,
I hear you. It's been out for a week. It's
yeah,
funny
because it's
because
the 20, yeah, 20 something
you
today,
lose
yeah.
Yeah, today's Wednesday, isn't it? It's midweek. When you're a
It is.
musician and in the arts industry, you lose track of days,
You lose
because
it, I know. Yeah,
yeah.
and I've come from shift working, so my brain has never been great at what day it is, and now it's by what gig. What gig is it? This day is that gig, or what shift am I doing? That's how my brain processes days. Yours is probably similar.
Pretty much the same.
How have you found it though? Are you full-time music now? Are you full-time
Yeah,
gigging in the
I
show?
am.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. I took the
Has
leap just the year before
Yeah,
COVID hit was when I took the leap. And
yeah,
then it all kind of went downhill from there on in. But I kind of, I think I'm grateful to the fact that I got to spend some time at home. And we worked on the album, my last album, remotely. So I
yes,
wouldn't have
yep.
had that album if I wasn't locked away.
You're
So that was one
right.
good thing. So
And you did some
now,
really cool videos and things too when you were locked away. You did lots of little
yeah, we we
fun.
were lucky enough to kind of fit some music videos in between
Yeah.
when the borders and stuff open. Jay and I, Jay Sini, we did a couple of videos kind of in between times, which was great.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
now, this year is crazy. I've got over 110 shows or something ridiculous booked this year, so
Oh,
it's
God.
pretty crazy.
Ha
Yeah,
How crazy, especially in COVID when we literally it was almost like we hit a wall and there was just
yeah,
lots and then nothing dead. It was just an overnight thing basically in the
yeah,
industry, wasn't it? Like it went from it like a normal year, it starts out hectic because you start out in Tamworth and then you get right into it. Well, we had Tamworth and we're on that same sort of trajectory and then all of a sudden nothing. Um, so
yeah.
having that many shows would be quite a bit of a shock to you almost after so long of not doing
It is.
it.
It's great fun. I've been traveling so much, and the cool thing about
Mm,
it is I've learned so much about myself doing that, and
yeah,
I've met some amazing people. I've seen some just
yes,
fantastic places,
yeah,
and that's really what it is for me. This little journey that I'm going on with my music is something that I'm so grateful for, and it's something that's really special to me. So yeah.
it is, and you're doing it so well. Is there any
Thank
places in the country that you haven't got to go that you really want to? Are there some bucket list, areas that you wanna travel to and perform?
There definitely is. Oh, well, I was just up in the Northern Territory a couple of weeks ago. So that was my
Oh,
first
yeah,
time there, and that was one of
yeah,
them. But I want to go down a little bit further to Alice Springs. That's a place that
yes.
will be
I
on the
love
bucket
that, that'd be
list for sure.
yes,
And I was over in Nashville this year writing and recording, and
yeah.
I was over in Canada as well. So that was really cool. But we're going to London next year to do some shows, which will be a lot of fun. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That'll be lovely fun. I know Jonathan, he's actually he's in the room watching because he said hello before. He's from the UK, so he might be able to get to see you on that
for sure.
show. We have a lot of UK fans that watch the show. So if you are watching, make sure you try and get to those shows and keep an eye on Andy's socials so you know when it's happening. But
Please
have
do.
you been to all these places? Like, have you been overseas before music, or is this sort of your first few times venturing out into the overseas travel?
I've traveled overseas before, like holidays and that kind of stuff, but it's so
Yeah,
different going as a musician and as part of what you do for a living,
yeah.
which is really cool. But definitely Nashville. It was my first time to Nashville this year, which was just insane. It was really eye-opening going over to Nashville and seeing the talent and seeing, how the industry works over there compared to here, and that was pretty cool.
Yes. Were there a lot of differences? Did you find it does sort of function a lot? I've not been, and it sounds like it's an amazing place, but
It
yeah, was it a
it's insane, I think there's so much talent over in Nashville, especially like so much good, amazing talent, so many great songwriters, so many amazing producers. So it's hard to kind of find, who you want to hang
Yeah,
out with and what you want to see.
yes,
But
yeah.
I felt really lucky to be able to go over and spend some time with some songwriters and produce some music over there, and got to see some great music as well, which was really cool.
Yes,
There's a,
that'd be the other thing too is seeing all the different talent and the different
mm.
styles, and it'd be magical. I don't imagine there'd be much sleep time because it's just always going and growing. So,
for,
um,
for sure.
oh, there's some lovely comments coming in. Cynthia said that your mum and dad are your greatest supporters forever. Um, and
Yeah,
Chris
truth.
Chris said that you're one of the hardest workers in the industry, or the gigs that you do. That's so true, Chris. And hi, Chris. I haven't actually said
Thanks,
hello to you
mate.
yet. Thank you for joining. And Kaz is
Hey,
saying
Chris.
that she's hoping to be in London next year.
Oh,
If he
Kaz,
is
come.
away. How cool would that be to see you in London?
I would love to spend some time with Kaz in London. So let's hope the dates work out.
I hope so. Kaz, you
Sure.
have to get photos and video for us if you do that. That would be, how crazy would that be? Travel all the way over there to see you.
It would be
Each other.
insane.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Dear. Are you so you're heading to London? Are you planning on sort of heading back to Nashville to do some more songwriting? Because you were away this year for quite a bit and doing a lot of
Yeah.
songwriting. And is that a plan that you're going to try and do yearly or every couple of years?
Yeah, so we're going back to Nashville as well. So we're doing both.
Yeah.
We're going to Nashville and to the UK. So it's going to be a pretty big year. Like my year's pretty much nearly booked out next year, which is crazy.
Wow.
But we've still got a pretty big end of this year. We're in Melbourne. We're in South Australia. We're in Tassie as well in January.
Oh,
Yes.
well, we have to definitely do something that I know Scott has done some. Sorry, Scott is just, he knows where to look and click. Here we go. He's done up some of your current gigs that are coming, and these are just a few. There is one on the Friday, the 25th, my sister's birthday. You're heading to New South Wales and Mudgee.
Yep.
Looks like you've got lots coming up. The Beer Shed, and
Yes.
loads of really good venues. Yeah.
Amazing venues. I've got obviously the Beer Shed with TC Cassidy, but we're taking that show to Tamworth on the 23rd of January at the Capitol as well. And then we're doing a friends, family and neighbours tour with Alan Fletcher. Yeah.
Yes.
From
Lovely.
Dr. Carl from Neighbours. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Is that in Tamworth as
well? We're not taking that one to Tamworth, just down in Melbourne. So
lovely.
yeah.
Oh, if you bring it down here, sing out. I'd love to help you guys. It'd be so good to see you guys on the road together.
Yeah.
Not that you have time. Not that
you don't get time to do anything.
You blink and you're gone again, don't you?
It's all over. Yeah.
It is crazy. It's funny because I was talking about being on the road because Country Kickback, but we're on the road a lot more now and gigging, and it's just gone crazy. And I know how exhausting it is, but I had one of people at work the other day said, "Oh, but you must go out and drink and do all sorts of fun stuff." And I'm like, no. I said, you might get to see the main street if that's where the venue is, but you land or you drive and you're gigging, you're packing up, you're gone. It's not. I know people have these crazy ideas of how wild it is out on the road, but it's actually pretty tame because you don't have time.
It's so true. I think the best time is when you finish up a show and you get to spend maybe an hour with the audience and the fan. That's a lot of fun. That's my kind of downtime.
Yeah. And because that would be lovely, getting to hear stories from other people and hear what they think of your music and what they take from it as well.
It's so true, and that's why I do it. I do it because of that, and it's really, for me, this whole journey for me started when I was a kid, because I've just been surrounded by music my whole life, and I feel like it's something that if it disappeared out of me, that'd be a huge part of me that would be missing. So I'm so lucky that I get to do it, because a lot of people don't get the opportunity in their life to do it. So for me, I'm just really grateful.
Absolutely. But and you're right, we're such a lucky thing to be part of this very special industry. But as we were saying before, nothing has come to you without hard work. You have put in 110% the whole way through. It is we don't take any of it for granted, but at the same time, you deserve every bit that you've got coming. It's well deserved.
Thank you so much. I've worked really hard. It's become my life, 7 days a week. But it's great. Yeah.
You're right. 7 days a week. There's not a day off. Even just simply your socials. Like,
that's a world of its own, isn't it? Right there. Yeah.
It sure is. And actually, while we're talking about those, you're on so many socials. What is the X? X? Tell me what the X is. What is that?
So the X is now the new Twitter.
Oh, is that what Twitter's changed to? Because on my
Yeah.
little logo, it's still got the Twitter bird. Ah, that makes sense. Because I was looking at it going, I don't know what that is. I'm
Yeah.
getting old. I can't keep up.
The Elon Musk changed the name from Twitter to X. Yeah. So
Yep, that
interesting,
makes
hey?
sense. I'm with you on that. Yeah, so all of those there, guys, if you want to have a look, Andy's on all those platforms, and it does just say under those lists. But what are your main ones for people to follow and keep up to date? Because I know we can't be full on all of the platforms, but I'm sure we all
For
have
sure.
our favourite.
We
Do
do.
you have?
I'm well. Facebook and Instagram are my two big ones, but I
Yeah,
do I do have TikTok, and that's kind of like my kind of funny. Like, so I always
yeah.
have a laugh on there. I don't take it too seriously, so that's really cool. And everyone kind of has a laugh with me, which is fun.
Yes,
So
I have
yeah,
seen some of your TikToks and they are hilarious. And I think when you were doing little clips and stuff like that in COVID, I was like, how is he becoming this creative? Because this is really good.
I was just trying to keep myself so busy, and I actually it's funny because I had when I was locked at home, I had a list of things that I'd do every day, and I ticked
Yes.
them off. So like it'd be TikTok video 1 hour, so then I tick that off. So yeah,
Yeah, I love
it was
that.
good.
It's how you keep yourself almost gig fit, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
even being at home, how did you go with the singing? Did you keep singing and playing while you're at home just to keep that level of fitness up?
Yeah, I think even for me, I'm still learning. I'm still developing
Yeah.
my craft. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's really important to rehearse your craft, and I do that every single day. I'll make sure that I do that every day, unless I'm sick
Yes.
or lose my voice or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really important for me.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is really hard. And I know we always
Yeah,
talk about keeping physically fit and even mentally fit, and they're very
yeah,
important. But sometimes there's the other side to the gig fit is vocals, even things like your guitar, your strings, your
mm,
fingers, all of that, and they're all as important as all the other things to do in the industry. I think
so true,
I think
so true.
and I think actually COVID helped us a little bit. I think it helped fans and people that aren't necessarily heavily industry people, because I think people got to see the raw side of an artist at home doing
Yeah,
their things, and seeing some of that. I think it's definitely brought a much bigger appreciation to what you guys do, and the things that you have to do at home behind the scenes to be able to put that 2 hour show on, or it's not just a 2 hour rehearsal and then a 2 hour show. It's every day, everything. It's been
it's
really good to
true.
see people
It's
see that.
nice to kind of let the fans kind of let them into your home, because you can't
Yes.
do that often, less often. But with social
No.
media, you can kind of show people a little bit more personal stuff, which is really cool. And
Yeah.
for me, I kind of, I'm a pretty straight up the line kind of person.
Yeah.
I think it's really important just to be yourself, and I love
Absolutely.
that my followers and fans and stuff really get behind that. And I love to be a bit of a have a joke around as well.
Yeah.
You can't take life too
Absolutely.
seriously at times, can you?
No, no. I think that's a really special part. I would does it help you a little bit having that ability to connect at a different level with your writing? Does that change
Yeah.
and influence your music and what you're putting into it a bit?
Yeah, definitely. For
Yeah.
sure. I find that, like, I'm s- I'm still maturing as an artist. I'm still
Yeah.
trying to figure out, what road exactly I want to go down. But I've also learned over the years that there's no real harm in being somebody that fits into 10 different baskets. Like, I
Exactly.
think music's music. If you love music and you want to
Absolutely.
create music, go ahead and do it. Not everyone's going to love what you do, but at the end of the day,
No.
you've got to enjoy it yourself.
100%, absolutely. I think you're spot on there. You've got to. I think we also are getting better at. We were talking before the show about that you're a country fan or you're a rock fan or you're like the hats. I feel like
Yeah,
it's much easier now to wear multiple hats and to enjoy
so
multiple
true.
styles. And I
Yeah,
think
I agree.
artists like yourself are being brave and happy. If you write a song, you write it how it comes to you, and you do it, and you're not boxed in. If that's not really a country song and it's a folk song, you guys are releasing it and putting that out there.
It's so cool to be able to do that. I kind of, I still feel really connected to traditional country music, and I feel like I've got a very strong respect for it, because like I grew up around it, and I really love honing in on that traditional stuff, but then just throwing a little bit of my own contemporary style in there with it. And that's what I've done with this new song, and hopefully people enjoy it, and I really want to tell stories.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to do.
What you're trying to do, yeah. Is this sort of heading in the direction of a new sort of an album as your sound is changing? Are you sort of thinking of, is it sort of changing as you grow, and are you going to do sort of a different style album, or just see how it unfolds as you're doing all of these different songs?
I've recorded a brand new album. So I do have something coming next year, and it's interesting because it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. I've got these really traditional kind of songs on there, but I've also got these really cool contemporary stuff. So hopefully there's something for everybody on this one, I think. Yeah.
Was that deliberate, or just how it happened? It was a planned sort of mixed bag, or did it just unfold like that?
It's funny because the last project I wrote specifically to fit in with the titles track. I wanted it to be a kind of 90s vibe and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
But for this one, I just went in and I thought, okay, I'm just going to try and make the best music that I can. I'm going to try and write the best songs that I can that are authentic to me and authentic to what I'm trying to achieve, and see where it takes me. So that's what we did with it. And I think it's really cool. I'm really proud of it. So I can't wait to get it out, to be honest with you, next year.
Either. Oh my gosh, that is exciting. But there'll be some singles in the lead up beforehand?
Yeah. So we've got a few singles in the lead up. And it's heading into my 4th album, which is kind of pretty crazy. So
4th album, isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Does that's hard. Like, in today's world. Albums in today's world is even next level hard, I think. But did you go back into the studio, or did you actually, given that you did your last one at home, and did you continue on with that, doing that?
Yeah, so we wrote half of the album remotely with some Nashville writers. And then so 50% of the album was recorded in Nashville and Canada, and then 50% was recorded here. So it's kind of like we're merging the two together in some way.
I love that. It is great because it's another way to do it, and it certainly makes it a little bit more affordable too, to have the option.
It does, and I also produced some stuff myself this past year, which was a lot of fun. I felt like I wanted to throw my hat in the ring and just show, my diversity as an artist. So I did produce a couple of songs myself too. So.
Wow. I can't wait to hear that too. Another hat.
Thank you. Hat. You for sure.
A lot of people have jumped on and had some comments. Caitlin said, look, Caitlin said she's trying to navigate herself around TikTok. Good luck, Caitlin, is all I can say, because I'm not got my head around that yet.
I agree.
Jonathan,
you get lost.
Absolutely. He lives in the UK, and he said he'd love to see Dr. Cow, because Neighbours is actually really big in the UK, isn't it? They loved Neighbours over there. So
they do, yeah. He's Dr. Carl's an Aussie icon over there. So,
and he is here too. I think everybody knows that name, don't they? Even if they weren't watchers, we all hear that name.
And he's a gentleman.
I'm not sure if Kaylin asked if someone had heard the album and said that it was awesome. And Paula said that she can't wait to hear your new music.
Thanks, Paul.
I think it's so exciting. But yeah, so this year, again, if people want to find you somewhere on the road, check your Facebook and Instagram are your main two for that sort of thing.
So Facebook, Instagram, or you can head over to www.andypenkow.com, and all the social media links are at the top. So you just have to click on them, and it takes you to wherever you want to go.
Lovely. And I think, and all the regular streaming platforms for your music as well.
Yep, all the regular ones, as well as JB Hi-Fi, and no longer Sanity Music, unfortunately, which is really sad. But you can
No.
go and grab the album
Yeah.
from JB Hi-Fi as well if you want a hard
Yes.
copy.
Oh, wonderful. And I was going to say, have you still got copies that you're taking on the road with you? If they're at shows, they can grab a copy at a
Yeah,
gig
I
as well.
do. Yeah, and I've got some new merchandise as well, which is really fun.
Ooh,
Yeah,
have
so I've
you?
got some really cool
Lovely.
stuff. I love
How did
merchandise.
you? How did you choose what merchandise to use? Because I find that really hard.
It's funny. Well, you have to have stubby coolers. That's a no-brainer
Yes.
in the country music industry. I
Okay.
remember playing a show at the Stockroot Country Music Festival, and my
Yes.
merch stand was right next to Blake O'Connor's, and I ran out of stubby holders, and so did he, because everyone wanted stubby holders. So I made sure I got double
Yeah.
stubby holders.
You know what? Being in Tassie, when we do merch down here, the stubby coolers are the first to sell out because people want to keep their hands warm, not holding a
True.
cold can. And then the jumpers or hats, because it'll be really hot through the day and really cold at night. So they're the three that, because nobody remembers to take a hat or a stubby cooler or a jumper because it's warm when they leave the house. But what
I
else
also
have
got
you
some
got?
bumpers. I got some bumper stickers, which was really
Lovely.
cool. So if you
Yes.
see a car with "I love Andy Penkow" on it, you probably think it's probably my car because I've stuck one on there.
That's perfect. Oh, wonderful. And can they order that too? If they want that sort of merch as well, they can order that online as well?
They can, yeah. So head on over to the website and they can order that as well. But I've usually got some
Perfect.
with me at the shows as well. But yeah, I'll say good day on social media and we'll send some over to you.
Perfect. So make sure, guys, when you finish up here, go up to the top of the comments, and I have actually put a link to the film clip so that you can see that and subscribe,
Awesome.
and
Thank you.
also have a look at all the socials, so that you make sure you follow them on whatever ones that you're watching from. And yeah, there's a few comments coming in. It is really sad about Sanity, isn't it? It's been around forever. It
Yeah, I
is.
remember going there as a kid and looking at all the top 10 record or CDs and going, I want my name to be in there one day. So it's
I
very
know,
sad. Yeah.
I know. I used to love it. I used to love going to that country section, and I'd spend hours. And I'd go up to,
Yeah.
can I just have a listen to see what this one's like? Because I'd have, as a kid, you were like, I can
I
get 2
remember that.
CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd
Yeah,
have the
that was
headphones.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
That brings
Special.
back memories.
Yes.
Too funny.
And Kaz said that, you at the Bayview Country Art Club last
Yes.
weekend. Last weekend, last Sunday in October. My God, my brain.
Yeah.
Yes, last Sunday in October. Excellent.
Yeah. So get
And
your tickets to that. Jenny's in charge of that one.
absolutely. And Kaylin said t-shirts are a way to go. Absolutely. And Kaz also said stickers for the suitcases, because then you know
True.
whose suitcase it is on the carriage as it comes out. I like that too.
It's true. I've actually got my guitar case, which is covered in stickers. Now everywhere I go, I have to get a sticker from wherever I've been.
Yes.
So it's a really
Yeah.
cool way to do it. It's a cool thing to do.
It is, isn't it? I love that. I actually like looking at people's when you're backstage and looking at their cases and stuff. Oh yeah, they've got that one. Yep, it's nice to see. Thank you so
Too
much for
funny.
coming back on the show and joining us tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. And yeah, it's so nice to see you. You're just going forward in leaps and bounds.
Thank you so much.
Neighbours is coming back.
It is, yes.
Oh, really? That is really exciting. Amazon.
Yeah, it's super excited.
That is,
yep.
because it was sad to see that go, such an iconic Australian show.
For sure. And if anyone's around, come in Melbourne for the shows with Alan, come and say g'day. I'm sure he'd absolutely love it. So would I.
Yes, absolutely. So if you are nearby, let them know and go and say hello. But thank you for joining us.
Thank you
And
so
thank
much,
you for
Danny. It's so nice to see you.
It is. It's so nice to see you and get to chat and see you grow. But if you do another single this year, please sing out. We'd love to have you back on.
Thank you so much. We'll definitely do that.
Thank you. Now,
and thanks everyone for
everybody,
tuning in.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. It's so lovely. I know some of you are on the way to the muster. We're not going to do a show tomorrow night. We have rescheduled one just so that it's a little bit easier so you can actually go and enjoy the muster. But stay safe and send us through your photos. I know a lot of you guys send them through, and we love that. So if you ever want them posted and they're good photos from shows, we're happy to post them on the page. So sing out if you do want something like that done. But again, thank you, Andy. It's been absolutely lovely having you, and I can't wait to catch you again before the year's out, hopefully.
Yes, for sure. Let's make it a date because the year's going to go so quickly.
I know, definitely, definitely. Well, everybody,
Awesome.
stay safe. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all next week. See
Thanks,
you
guys. See you later.
Thank you for listening. We hope you've